This is number 12?
This is Kwaai meeting number 12, yes.
Kwaai meeting number 12, fantastic. So it represents 1/4 of time since we started this, 12 meetings. Our 13th meeting is going to be a live meeting, so we won't call that. We'll skip the number 13, and then the next weekly meeting, I guess we can skip. For those of you that are superstitious, this is happy Fridays, Friday the 13th. Tomorrow is going to be our first time we meet each other in another dimension, in the third dimension, as Matt said. Okay, so and many of us, the list of participants here on this call is like a core sample of my entire career, and so these are relationships that we've all built up over a long time. You can count the number of gray hairs I have, but I'm really grateful to be able to, first of all, have maintained those relationships, and glad you're volunteering in this initiative. It's going to be super thrilling to see you all in person and reconnect and have your talents and your enthusiasm harnessed around this very important mission. So quickly, what is the mission? The mission is to democratize AI. Well, it sounds really, really bold and ambitious, but hey, how hard can it be when you've got brilliant minds that come together? And tomorrow we are going to have the first in-person summit on this. So prior to the recording, Matt went through the entire agenda. We won't do that again, but we've got a great lineup. My thoughts around what are the expectations of the summit. So I think that classroom, that auditorium of about 80 people, if we have that half filled, that would be a great turnout. The aim is to get together. It is to provide a checkpoint for this organization, for this movement. It will be recorded, and yes, we'll stream it live, but we'll record it and repurpose the material for further PR and so on. The online presence, it'd be really exciting for us to get a good number of viewers. I think that'll be useful. So the LinkedIn link that's on the Kwaai page, how can you get that out to as many people as you can? So Matt, you're sharing at the moment. What if you were to go and actually share the LinkedIn page, our LinkedIn page, and show how you would invite people?
Sure, give me just a second here.
And walk them through it. I'm going to go off video for a second. I've got someone at the door, so bear with me. And sorry to put you on the spot there.
I am on the spot. Give me just one sec. Here we go.
Oh, okay.
Different profile.
Great. Fantastic. And so you go to the LinkedIn page, and so you go to events, and you'll see the LinkedIn Live event. So it's
you got
that exactly.
You're gonna want to click on this one,
right? And then when it says share, that share button, if you go to the invite, you click there, it now shows you all your first person contacts. And you might want to narrow that. You can invite up to 1,000 people. I've gone and maxed out the number of people I wanted to invite. You could simply just click the checkbox at the top, and it will go through all your first person contacts and invite them. And every one of you that has access to this link can do that invite. So we can grow a massive audience of people that are going to come to that will view online tomorrow. So I'd urge you to all do that, and that'll get us a big audience. If this is successful, then we'll use LinkedIn Live for our public meetings thereafter. Ian says, can you share the link? Go to the Kwaai page like he did that. Okay, yes, we can share the link. So you go to share, Matt, you go copy link, and you drop it in the Kwaai Summit page, Kwaai Summit channel, and everyone can get there. That'd be a shortcut to the link. So I'd urge you in the remaining sort of 24 hours that we have to go and publicize that link.
Yeah, this is
okay.
Great. We've got, it looks like approximately 30 folks RSVP'd from the website, most of those for attending in person. We've got another, another big chunk, 88 that are here. Well, more than that, over 90 that are RSVP'd here on LinkedIn. So, and again, really appreciate Joey's involvement to help us repackage this content as well. So he's putting in a lot of effort to make sure we can all be heard really well on the panels as we're presenting, and so we can take this and share this out.
Okay.
Any other questions on sharing or any other comments, questions, thoughts on how we can promote attendance from the other advisors? Right. I think Riza went to get the door there. In terms of logistics, thanks to everybody who's been posting their presentations in the Kwaai Summit channel. That is I think everyone's posted their presentation there. So if you're interested in a sneak preview, providing some feedback, folks have been very welcoming of feedback in that channel. So appreciate everybody, scrambling to put together some great content, organize their thoughts for this event. It's looking and shaping up real nice.
Excellent. Okay, so well done. Okay, so Ian's gone and maxed out. He's invited 1,000 people. Look, you're going to get a 1% click rate. So those 88 are from my 999 invites that I did.
That's 10 people. That's good.
Yeah, that's great.
Did you show a way to select all? I'm missing the select all.
Yeah, you've got a huge following. So what you have to do is you do have to go and slide down. The select all is the checkbox at the top, but what you have to do is go and scroll down and scroll down. It'll populate it'll populate the thing. That part is a bit of a chore. I wish they could say select all my first person contacts. For you, that you've got over 10,000 first person contacts. I've got maybe 11, and so yeah, it's a bit of a scroll. What you could do is narrow it down, and I narrowed it down to just the folks in Los Angeles because I was hoping to get people to come in person as well. It's probably a bit late for those because I sent my invites out last weekend. So have a play with that invite thing. So LinkedIn Live's relatively new, and you can see that they're not throttling it as much. They're allowing you to invite a lot of people, and everyone that has the link can also invite a lot of people. So do that thing. We will. I don't know if there's a way of automating it. That would be cool, wouldn't it? In fact, there's a whole possible business around building audiences for live events. Anyway, let us talk about some of the logistics. All of the hotel. Well, okay, you've booked your hotels already. You booked your flights. You're coming. You're not coming. That's probably too late to change any of that. If you are coming, you're following the directions there. You can see the room number. It's a sprawling campus set on the as you're driving up on the I-5. The campus is on the right-hand side. Yeah, thanks so much for the map. It's a big campus. It's in the Santa Clarita Valley. If you've been to Six Flags Magic Mountain, if you reach Six Flags, you've gone too far. It's actually on the opposite side, but the exit you come off is McBean. It's right there by the other college, which is Cal Arts, the famous sort of animation college. So College of the Canyons is right there. And so we're going to be holding our advisory board meeting in the early part, and then we'll hold the public meeting from noon to 4. There will be light refreshments. I mean, we're not putting on meals for everyone, and I think we're trying to see if we can get the food truck there for other refreshments. But hey, you know that there'll be food in the evening, so you can build up an appetite. Okay, so in terms of the theme, remember that we're going to be recording this. There'll also be roving cameras, and there might be some ad hoc interviews with the participants, and those all become great interstitial material for subsequent content. And so be prepared to say something on camera. There's also going to be a session. Remind me, Matt, there's a session where I think I want a lot more audience participation, so there'll probably be a roving mic that would go around the auditorium.
Yeah, we have three panel sessions where we'll be encouraging audience questions to the panelists, and those would be moderated to try and give all the panelists good amount of time. None of those sessions, I should say, are very long. I think 25 minutes. So it's not going to be a big intensive Q&A, but we do want to invite the audience to ask the questions that they came with. Fantastic.
And for the sort of changeover video segments that we requested, do we have submissions? I've seen submission from Deep. Okay.
Yeah. So, Deep, thank you for sharing yours. Abdul Rahman just shared one over with me this morning. Abdul Rahman, thank you for that. Looks great, and just need it in a video export format for Joey here. Those will be played if we have the facility. Again, no speakers in the room, so our previous idea of kind of running these in between the sessions is impacted by that. But they will definitely be packaged into the material as we package it for digital distribution. We'll look to see if we can provide some facilities to play those live during the summit as well.
Yeah, I will source a speaker. At least we only need a speaker for the local audience, and so they don't have to listen to a laptop speaker. Okay. So fantastic. I think we can give some time back for newcomers or words from the.
Yeah. Any questions, thoughts, concerns, anything else with regards to the summit before we move on to hear some introductions?
Okay.
Okay. We've got a lot of nice, familiar faces on the call today. Not seeing anybody. Is this anybody's first time? I'm not seeing any first timers today.
Did we hear from Shad before?
I'd love to hear from Shad.
Hello, Reza. Hey, Matt. Hey, everybody. Yeah, I've spoken before.
and he's used up all of his vocabulary. He's got nothing more. Come on, Shad. So remind us about you and what's yeah.
So I've been working a lot in the cloud. I've been doing a lot of stuff with AI. Taking some really great courses from Databricks on edX that I would really recommend and stuff like that. I saw those at the DataCon LA, here a couple months ago and stuff, where I saw Reza first talking about Kwaai and stuff like that. So that's kind of my background. Using AI a lot myself, generatively, working a lot with some local real estate businesses and some other businesses to do, generative AI and help that get into their business practice and stuff like that. And so, it's really been very transformative with, the people that I've worked with. So, hoping to, I really like the mission that Kwaai has about, democratizing this and making this available to everybody. And I think this is going to have a big impact on people's lives as, more people get to use it and see how it can benefit them.
Fantastic. Thanks, Chad. Okay, so I've got a call out, and it might not be for people who are on the call now, but maybe somebody who's watching the recording. It would be great to have participation in some of our code development already. We'll talk more about that at the summit. We've already started work on a personal AI assistant, but it's a view to a personal AI assistant ecosystem that is more democratic. It's where you own your own personal AI, you own your own data, and we're going to be talking some about that. Colin is the technical lead on this. Colin's actually sent us a picture from he couldn't make this call, and he won't be there tomorrow because he's in Africa at the moment, so he's out on safari. But Brittany will be able to talk about the work that's been going on, and we'll have a conversation broadly around that development. It would be great if anyone wants to participate in that code development. Reach out to Brittany through the Slack channel. I'm looking for participants in the area of AI fundamentals. So I'll be talking about that in the summit. So what has AI fundamentals got to do with democratizing AI? You might ask yourself. I hear those questions. So it's our thesis that it's the very lack of progress in AI fundamentals that maintains the moat around the existing small number of players. AI is compute intensive. That's a problem. It's a problem because only a few deep-pocketed companies can participate in it. Masu last week said, hey, we need to be raising $1 billion in order to compete with the other players. Well, that is the problem. You can't get to compete, especially in the area of large language models, if you don't have a deep pocket. So here's where we need to knock down one of these walls, and I'm mixing my metaphors, but we have to breach the moat. And you do it in the area of AI fundamentals. It's my thesis that we can make the computation for neural networks a lot more efficient. Our current addiction to the existing neural network framework is actually holding us back. The addiction to saying we can only do what a GPU can compute, that is holding us back. So freeing us to think about other compute elements will be a direction forward. And that's super exciting. If you listen to Jeff Hinton's some of his speeches, when he ends right at the end, he says, well, this is how far deep neural networks have got us, and I don't think they can get us any further. And here's some directions for other research. That is the thing that I'm interested in AI fundamentals. So when I give that AI fundamentals talk, it'll be a one-on-one. It'll start with, here's where we've gone so far, but it's going to be rapidly taking us to where is it we need to go in the future, and where will Kwaai play in that? So I'm looking for more participants in that technical track of development. Okay, more tomorrow.
Question, actually, Justin, I hope you don't mind me putting you on the spot as kind of a representative from the academic community. Just curious in your thoughts of how different parts of academia can get involved in the fundamentals research.
One thought is that I'm a big proponent of just jumping.
No, we're not hearing you.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Very quietly.
Oh, I'm not sure what to
That's
do.
better now.
Oh, it
You're
is.
moving in.
One, I don't know, for what it's worth, Diego and I meet regularly and emphasize sort of coding. And so I'm a big exponent of just jumping in and writing code once there is even a vague direction with where everything is going. And we can, with the brain trust here, we can sort of self-correct and if we go off in the wrong direction, that's not a big deal. But, I think it's a good idea to sort of garner momentum and keep it going by actually getting into the gory details in coding.
I love that. Yes. So it's experimenting through coding, and so what you're going to hear in the fundamentals track, you're going to hear some very radical ideas from Kwaai. Dr. Kwaai Pham. He's going to be talking about how the existing neural network framework is great for correlation, but it doesn't actually allow you to track causation. And the confusion between correlation and causation is probably at the heart of why our AI is so inefficient. But you need causal networks in order to have better reasoning. So his startup is doing a lot of work in that area, and especially for mission critical applications like life sciences and disease diagnostics and so on. You can't have an AI hallucinating about something and then coming up with an incorrect diagnosis. So this sort of problem, actually you have to go back to the fundamentals to figure out why AI malfunctions in the way it does. Okay, so I'd love some help in the coding part of that, because you'll hear about the different avenues of research in taking AI fundamentals further. Okay.
Can I share a related thought to that? Is I've been doing research over the past couple months on a technique called RAG, retrieval augmented generation, and it's a powerful technique to sort of prevent or minimize hallucinations of LLM models. And so if anybody's interested in what we've done in that regard, or helping out in taking that a bit farther, that would be very welcome.
Yep, we're very interested. We're working on something similar, me and Ian. So we should connect at the event tomorrow for sure. This is Toby Morning.
Hi, Toby. Yeah, Ian, very, very interested in following up, if that's possible.
Yeah, let's talk RAG tomorrow.
Fantastic. Okay, so I'm just looking for Justin. Are you going to be present in person?
I will not. I'm on the East Coast. I'm in Atlanta. I couldn't make it.
Okay. Wow. Okay, but look, let's stay connected, and Toby, you will be in person.
Yes, and we'll break out and do a Google Hangout with them or something.
Yeah, we can also talk next week sometime. I mean,
Sure.
Let's do it. Okay.
Yeah, maybe we can start setting up some actual like hands-on sharing sessions, like just doing some exploration and some stuff. And I'm totally on board with this. Just get start coding, and we'll figure it out model, because I think that's
Okay.
you're not going to get anywhere if you don't start. And then we
Yeah,
can
exactly. You're not
we
going to get
don't know yet where we're going because it's too early. So
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Fantastic. Okay.
And
Back to
Brittany,
you.
comment, would it be premature to get a GitHub org set up? No, because that's actually already happened. So what we need to do is get that shared around, apparently.
Yeah.
let's do
Brittany,
that.
share it around, and people could create sort of allied repositories under one sort of umbrella.
Yep.
Yeah,
they
I'm happy
work
to.
from what we already have. You guys, we have some code. We'll share tomorrow.
Cool.
Fantastic. So in the advisory board session, we'll talk about our progress in incorporating as a non-profit the paperwork Afshin put together, and once that's in place, then the stuff that we're doing will be in service of a charity, and so it has all the consequential tax implications, and then we'll cover that. I'm not going to go into the sausage making around that on the public call, but we'll talk about it in the private advisory board meeting tomorrow, and then give you some insights into what are some of the commercial discussions we're also having for enterprise members to participate, and how they would participate, and what the upcoming events are. I want to devolve some of that activity to some of the advisory board members. It's important to sort of share the love. Okay. Right. Back to you, Matt.
Yeah, sure. I mean, back to the members here. Brittany, I saw you come off of mute here. Did you want to weigh in?
I just was thinking about the GitHub and getting people together, and I definitely will bring up tomorrow how I think we should concentrate on tools,
Okay.
things like that. But that's for tomorrow.
So I'm going to give a shout out to Mike Rubin. I know he's driving now from Vegas, speeding his way to LA, and is probably listening on the call but can't speak. Thanks so much for your amazing input. And then Eunice, you are also heading up today, or are you coming in this evening?
I'm coming tomorrow with Kwaai.
Okay, you're coming up with Kwaai. And you said you were bringing some colleagues with you?
Yeah, so far 2, hoping that Angel can join. So minimum of 2, if not 3, will be
Fantastic. And I hope you're staying for the Kwaai Light event.
I cannot miss it.
Excellent. Okay, so we'll have you, Angel, and a couple of colleagues.
That's correct.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking on the participant list. I don't know if we've heard enough from you, Diego. I think you were invited by Afshin, and I didn't think we heard from you. Did we, Diego?
Hi everyone. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so I am an assistant professor at the National University in Paraguay, and I work mainly on application of AI in drug discovery. That's probably why you haven't heard much from me, because we haven't started like I think a subgroup or something related to the applications in that area. But I am very keen on contributing to those efforts, also with Afshin, and I know also Justin. We work together in many other projects related to drug repurposing, for instance. And I think one of the applications area regarding LLMs is how this is going to impact the general population regarding healthcare. I think there are very interesting questions in this topic and in this area as well. Like, how are gonna people use these new tools to, let's say, take medications, or understand better about their health or which disease they have. I think this can be can have some positive and negatives, but especially for developing countries can have very positive impact, right? If used properly and if developed properly for these applications. Yeah, so that's basically me. And unfortunately, I am very far to join you guys tomorrow. But I think in the next summit, if you have some areas of applications, I would be happy to present some of the work that I've been doing on the research areas that I work.
I think so. I think what we do is we have a lightning talk spot in the weekly public meetings, and I think that'd be a great place for you to participate. And then, Diego, we also want to connect you with Kwaai. Kwai's startup is called Thinking Node Life, and he's the guy that's going to be talking on reasoning networks. And his startup has developed a digital human clone, or a digital human, a cell clone, a digital cell clone, human cell clone, and it can be configured to have any disease you want. And so then the opportunities for doing experimentation just are phenomenal. So we've got a strong life science theme in here, especially through the introductions that Afshin has made. But I think there's also tremendous relevance for AI in the life sciences space.
Yeah, I think this is gonna spread, like these new technologies are gonna affect basically all the areas, all the human activities, and it's important that we consider them all, right? And in life sciences, especially, you can have a lot of impact in healthcare because it's one of the most important areas. So I think we will be more than happy to contribute on that area and understand also the ethical implications.
Fantastic. I see a newcomer, Valeri. Have we heard from you yet?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. So
weeks
I'm in a different area. So it's about like AI startup in in hiring, in recruiting, and so on. And yeah, AI will have a significant impact on people, on their workplace, and how they are like invited to join some workplaces, whatever. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure that democratizing this stuff and making it transparent and yeah, and open to everyone is a good job.
Fantastic. Okay, so each of you, I'd like you to go to that LinkedIn event and use the invite mechanism to invite your friends. Okay. Are there subgroups? Pinar's got a question there, Matt.
Yeah, Pinar, we have a few channels in the Slack. I'm asking all of the participants to manage your own notifications and how frequently or less frequently you want to get those notifications. We do have some subgroups and channels, but what we're still kind of missing is, for example, like life sciences as a working group. Those types of things haven't quite coalesced and materialized at this. So a lot of the channels that you'll see are around things just around general tech talk. There's a channel for philosophy. There's a channel for just a Kwaai meeting and some events and some logistics. We've got one for the summit where a lot of the planning and activity is happening to keep the noise around the summit away from the general channel. But, please just feel free and welcome to post in the general channel. The only way that conversation happens in digital spaces is if people post conversation. So, please do get in there and share. Respond, reply, and connect with fellows, and in that way, yeah, create your own channels, organize into some of your own subgroups, and let folks know. Thank you, Pinar.
Fantastic. Okay, so
we're got about 8 minutes left on today's. Riza, you want to wrap us up? Doesn't look like we'll have anybody volunteering today.
yeah, so I'll wrap up. Thank you so much. Public meeting number 12 is coming to an end, and tomorrow we're going to have our first in-person summit. Looking forward to seeing you all there. As I always say, this is the highlight of my week, and I hope it's the highlight of your week as well. And we're going to look back on this pivotal moment, the one that we're going to have tomorrow. We're going to look back on that, and we're going to be so proud of it when this organization, when this movement is big and is something of cultural significance. That's what I think is important. I'm going to recall, and he's not here. Kwaai is not here, and he and I spent some time at an AI conference in Vegas and became fast friends. And he said, "Look, when I'm deciding what I want to do and where I spend my time, I have a very morbid thought. I think of myself on my deathbed, and what regrets will I have? Will I regret, having a few extra $1,000 in my bank account? No, probably not. Will I regret not having written that book that I always wanted to write, or not having made this contribution here?" And it's a movement like Kwaai that, if you feel passionate about it, if you care, then you should not just sit back and wring your hands and maybe be passive about it and write a blog post and whine. No, volunteer, participate, be active, and do something and make a difference. So I'd rather not dwell on the that sort of bucket list type of morbid view, especially the way Kwaai painted it. But I think this is so important, and you'll regret it if you don't participate. So thank you so much. And I also contrast a volunteer organization with one which is a traditional corporation. In a volunteer organization, these are folks that are self-selected. They are experts, they're highly functional individuals, and you don't, in an organization, people can't hide. The ones that are not contributing, that'll be visible really quickly, and the ones that are contributing will rise to the top. It's also an organization of mutual respect, because look, we're not doing a job because somebody's paying us a paycheck. We're doing it because we feel passionate and we care about it. And if you don't, then move on and do something else. But you're here because you care. I'm here because I care. Look, we've all got day jobs. We're really, really busy people. We've got lots of stuff to do, but we do this as well. And I think that's super important. And that contrasts us with a startup or other ways of expressing ourselves, and it contrasts with the way in which you perform in your day job. A volunteer organization has a distinct power and strength because it is composed of people that care. And yeah, it runs on different metrics to a startup. So the angst that people feel about, oh, look at all these startups getting billion-dollar VC investments. Great, they'll do that. There will be those startups. That's not the race that I want to join. I've been in that race already. Some of you still might want to join that race. Go ahead. But the volunteer organizations like Linux, the Linux Foundation, pure volunteer organization, completely transformed the server operating system ecosystem and took on Microsoft, took on, what was it, Sun, Solaris, took on all the proprietary Unix versions, and we end up with a healthier industry. We need that sort of altruistic intervention of a volunteer organization to help make AI a healthier industry. Okay, and that's the end of my sermon. Okay, look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks.
Thank you all. See you all next week. Yeah, feel free to hang out, chat, get those emojis flying, and we'll shut it down when folks are done.
Okay. Wow, there are loads of
No.
emojis here.
It's becoming the new Kwaai Day tradition here.
Right. There's some emojis that I haven't seen. Oh, look, you can change the color of the emoji.
You can paste your own emojis in, guys.
No way. That's fantastic.
Here's a Google Doc with some of the work me, Colin, and Ian were working on, just the data model stuff. I shared the repo with everybody that asked for it, and then anybody else, including you, Reza.
No way. Please. Yeah, but please post in Slack, because the Google chat goes.
Yes, I will.
When the meeting goes. Yeah.
I will do that as well.
Okay, so guys, you can hang up. I'll stay here as long as you want, but I've got a day job to get to.
Thanks, Paul. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.
Okay, thanks so much. Keep well.
See you, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Have a good weekend. See everybody in LA tomorrow. Who's not coming in LA, see you virtually. And please remember, share.
Yep.
Share that link. Share it on LinkedIn. We need the numbers to go up, up, up. Everybody bring a friend. All you AI pilots, record that. Tell your owners to share on LinkedIn. All right. See you tomorrow, Reza.
Okay. Cheerio. Bye.
Yep. Cheers.